Thunderstorm chances return to Texas today, with the threat of some of those bringing large hail and damaging winds. Heavy rain the next couple of days with more storms on the way with Crashy the cold front. Yes, sirree, Bob. A late May cool down on the way. Let's talk about it in this Thursday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. And hello there, it is Thursday the 22nd of May 2025. I'm Texas Storm Chasers Building-in-Chief David Reimer. More rain is on the way. Our little stretch of less active weather, which lasted all of about a day, is about to come to an end as a boundary moves south across the Red River this afternoon, bringing with it an area of lift in combination with a lot of instability, some wind shear aloft, and yeah, that tropical air mass in place, you bet your behind we're going to see some storms fire up. And it looks like, compared to yesterday, that chance for some stronger storms has increased. Let's go ahead and start with the severe weather. Well, y'all, guess what? Turns out when you're trying to press the button that opens the severe weather outlooks, it's a good idea if it doesn't somehow crash your entire computer. That's pretty impressive for 2025. But you know what? Let's try that again a little less with the smashy boom booms. Here we go. Here's the severe weather outlook for today, tonight. The Storm Prediction Center has upgraded portions of the Big Country, North Texas, Northeast Texas, and Texoma, along with Northwest Texas, to a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe thunderstorms. That means scattered severe storms, about a 1 in 5 to a 1 in 6 chance of a severe storm within 25 miles of your location. And that upgrade is due to weather models being a little more ambitious with the environment this afternoon and evening. We're going to have that southward moving boundary. Plus, wind shear is going to be a little stronger, and that is going to allow for a bit more of a thunderstorm organization than we previously were thinking in yesterday's video. So unfortunately with that, we do look at the potential for some of these storms this afternoon to produce some pretty big hail. Could be up to the size of baseballs, but the good news is also we do expect storms to congeal into clusters pretty quickly, which would take the very big hail threat down a notch. But likewise, we're also going to have to deal with an uptick in the threat for some damage to straight line winds of 60 to 70, even maybe 80 miles per hour. We're going to go ahead and say about 2 p.m. through midnight. Can't rule out a couple of storms before 2 p.m. And we're probably still going to have a southward moving cluster of storms after midnight in parts of North Texas. But storms should be on a weakening trend, and that would allow for that activity to fall below severe weather limits. Yeah, talking's difficult. Going into Friday, the Storm Prediction Center has outlined the potential for at least isolated severe thunderstorms across parts of the Permian Basin, West Texas, Northwest Texas, the Eastern Texas Panhandle, Texoma, the Red River Valley, into the Arklatex of Northeast Texas. We may see them at another level 2 out of 5 risk from areas around Midland and Lubbock up towards Wichita Falls in subsequent outlook updates when confidence in a forecast solution increases. But like today, we could see some slow-moving thunderstorms capable of producing large hail and damaging winds during the evening hours. And then finally, Saturday, the Storm Prediction Center highlighting the potential for isolated severe storms in the Panhandle and West Texas, Northwest Texas, with higher confidence in a few more severe storms up into portions of western and central Oklahoma. All 3 days, the main threat is going to be very large hail and damaging straight-line winds with the most intense storms, along with heavy rainfall. Shortly thereafter, the risk for storms, some of which could be strong to severe, will spread farther south into Texas as a cold front arrives, bringing scattered to numerous thunderstorms to the state on Sunday and Monday. Let's take a look at the Highrise Rapid Refresh model, and this is going to give you a guideline on what we expect the next couple of days. As you can see, this afternoon, storms underway by mid to late afternoon near that boundary, Northwest Texas, Texoma, near the Red River into either central and southern Oklahoma, but storms may also fire up a little farther south as well. We'll see. Either way, it doesn't matter because they're going to form into clusters that then propagate off to the southeast into the Big Country, North Texas, and even parts of central Texas this evening and tonight, with the most intense storms capable of producing large hail. Initially, the threat of hail will be up to baseballs, but as storms congeal into clusters, that threat should come down towards about golf ball, and then damage straight line winds of 60 to 70 to 80 miles an hour locally, and then very heavy rainfall, and of course, cloud to ground lightning. Tonight, we should be calming down after midnight, leading us to hopefully a fairly inactive Friday morning. By Friday afternoon, we'll be looking out to the west again for isolated scattered thunderstorm chances east of the dry line across the Permian Basin, West Texas, and those could move into northwest Texas by the evening hours Friday. Same issues as today, large hail damaging winds, and we'll have to keep an eye up in Oklahoma as well. You can see they are actually indicating maybe a threat of a thunderstorm complex moving across Oklahoma tomorrow evening from Kansas down into Oklahoma. If that continues, we'll have to make sure those storms don't make a run at the Red River Saturday morning. Thereafter, well, that's a good question, isn't it? Here's the wildfire outlook for the next several days from the Texas A&M Forest Service. We are looking at high to very high fire danger in the borderland of far west Texas, El Paso through the Guadalupe Mountains, the Trans-Pecos down to the Davis Mountains and the Big Bend. Otherwise, some elevated fire behavior is possible on Saturday, West Texas and the Panhandle, because it is going to be hot. Ahead of that cold front this weekend is going to be toasty. Here's a long-range American weather model, global forecast system. As you can see, it looks like scattered thunderstorms probably firing up again Saturday afternoon all the way from parts of maybe the Permian Basin in the big country, the West Texas, up in the northwest Texas, the eastern Panhandle, into Oklahoma. We'll see where things line up after storms the next 2 days. Then you can see by the time we get into Sunday, we're going to have a gnarly cluster of storms fire up from the Panhandle into Oklahoma, northwest Texas. Those will move east Sunday afternoon and evening towards Texoma, North Texas, the big country. But depending on timing, we may have to wait until Sunday night. Regardless, as a cold front moves south Sunday night into Monday into Texas, you can see we're expecting a pretty solid line of thunderstorms that will move south with that cold front into parts of the Concho Valley, Central Texas, the Brazos Valley, East Texas, and we may even see some storm chances continue south of Interstate 10. After that, well, we'll have quite a bit less moisture to work with Monday and Tuesday into Wednesday as temperatures cool off, and we actually trend below average in the temperature department next week. It may be hot in summer like this week, but next week we're going to get a bit of a break with highs back into the 70s and 80s across the state. Here's forecast rain totals over the next 5 days from the Weather Prediction Center. You can see these have come up a bit, and there is the possibility we could see a corridor of 3 to 5 inch rain totals across parts of Texoma, North Texas, Northeast Texas. It's just, we can't tell you exactly where that's going to line up yet, but the chance for some pretty good rains increasing. We're looking right now 1 to 3 inches from the hill country into the eastern Concho Valley, the eastern big country, North Texas, Texoma, Northeast Texas, and the Arklatex, and yeah, we might see a bit of a flood threat develop now, especially as we go into Sunday and Monday, especially considering we have storm chances today. So, hey, you know what? Not bad, not bad. Get some rain before summer finally hits. And here's a look at the temperature anomalies at the surface hanging over the next 5 days from the European weather model. And this is just me showing you that, yeah, guess what? It's warm the next few days, but then cold front arrives going into Sunday and Monday. And the eastern 2/3 of the United States actually looking like we're going to see near or below average temperatures for the last week of May. That's pretty darn nice, so enjoy it, because that's probably going to be the last cold front a lot of us see until fall. That's going to be it for your Texas Weather Roundup. On this Thursday, as always, you can get your local weather forecast, interactive weather radar, daily Texas weather roundups, and more in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Just search for Texas Storm Chasers where you download apps to your device. And of course, find us here on YouTube. Just search for David Reimer and the Texas Weather Center. Y'all have an amazing Thursday. We'll be keeping an eye out for those hailers this afternoon. We'll have chasers out and about, severe weather coverage if necessary, and of course, frequent updates on the social medias. Have an amazing day. We'll talk to you again, well, later today, but the next regular Texas Weather Roundup will be out Friday morning. Have a good one. God bless.